Believe it or not, folks, but remember that game that got announced a couple months ago? Oh yeah, and I remember how they released more details afterwards. Yeah, like hell they did. They didn't give us anything. Ultra Sun and Moon was announced on June 6th. It's a 2-month anniversary. They intended this. But don't worry guys, I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna give you guys all the juice that there is to come and proof that there's gonna be news today. First of all, speaking about real news, where did this come from? You guys sent me this and thought that this was something that was yet to come. An Eevee. Alright, first of all, that's Lily. Alright, Lily, you did not come back from Kanto dressed like you came back from Sinnoh. Got a scarf on and everything, only Dawn would teach that. And that's supposed to be a dragon evolution. And what is that, a balloon? Give Eevee a balloon and he turns into a dragon? Yeah, I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, 2, it's fake. Alright, let's move on. So let's start off. A week ago on the last Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode, Olivia just got defeated by Ash, and Olivia's telling Ash how his Rockruff is ready and about to evolve. Now, of course, this doesn't mean much. We know Rockruff evolves into Lycanroc. There are 2 Lycanrocs. But then 2 days ago, the preview came out for the next episode. I'll give you some snippets from the episode, and the episode is called Rockruff and the Guardian Deity of the Ruins of Life. And you can see in the beginning of this 30-second clip, there's Tapu Lele. You watch for a bit, you see Type Null and Gladian, and then you see Tapu Lele confronting this Rockruff here. And you can see the other 2 Rockruffs are here, and something special is happening, and there's a certain green glow. Now, of course, in the bigger scheme of things, when you see this, you wouldn't think much of it. Oh, Ash is gonna get freaking Midnight Lycanroc or something. But look at the scene properly, and there's the 2 counterpart Lycanrocs there. Tapu Lele comes down. This is Ash's own Rockruff. This is his first evolution of Pokemon Sun and Moon, and this episode airs tomorrow. This is timed perfectly with something else that is tomorrow. So let's look at it. If you see, it's a sunset scenery and there's this green glow coming from it. Crimson Kyurem here pointed out that it's actually quite similar to the green light that comes in the promotional artwork with Ultra Solgaleo and Ultra Lunala there. And if you remember what it said on the site headlines, it said, a new light shines on Alola. So you put the pieces together and possibly, maybe there's a new Eclipse or Dawn light that shines on Alola, and this might cause a 3rd form for Lycanroc that could be exclusive to Ash right now. Let's just hope it's not Ash Lycanroc. But don't worry, there's more to this. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a Sunday Pokemon show that airs every Sunday in Japan, and it's called Pokenchi. Other names of it was Pokemon Smash, literally Pokemon Sunday. But did you know that next week, there's a special episode for Pokenchi, and there's a special guest coming there, and his name is Shigeru Omori. And also, next week is tomorrow. Now, I'm sorry, maybe you don't know who Shigeru Omori is. He's this guy. See, that face you can remember. Maybe not the name, but that face. This guy is literally the face. I was gonna say the face of Pokemon, and I can say that sort of because when Sun and Moon came out, or when Sun and Moon was being made, he was actually the director behind it. He was the first director of a new game other than Satoshi and Masuda. So that makes him one of the big 3. So this guy is gonna be on Pokenchi tomorrow. And we've got some Lycanroc interesting things tomorrow. And if you want to go even further into the spoilers, the week after tomorrow's episode, which is when the new episode airs, there's an episode featuring Mimikyu. Now you may be like, okay, here he goes to Mimikyu. Are you gonna say it's Marshadow? Oh god, let's not touch that. But Mimikyu, okay? You see this Pokemon? It had a good typing, Ghost and Fairy. It looked like Pikachu from 20 years ago. And clearly there's something hidden underneath it. And we wanted these answers, but it seemed like they're scrapped because when Sun and Moon came out, there was nothing on it. But then now that we know there's Ultra Sun and Moon, maybe they pushed all this extra stuff out for the second half of the games. Think about that when you hear this, because in the preview for the next episode, there's in fact a Mimikyu. And if there really is a reveal for Lycanroc, maybe there could be a reveal for Mimikyu as well. So let's just put this together. One of the big 3 at Game Freak is gonna be coming to Pokenchi and talking about Ultra Sun and Moon stuff. Alright, that's enough of a flag. Second, there's an episode that's hinting at, you got Midnight Lycanroc, Midday Lycanroc, a new Rockruff. What is it gonna become? Just another Midday or something? And then you got one more thing, alright? I'll tell you what this is. Way back when Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, you had the hackers doing their thing. They revealed all the Pokemon, there's no new forms and all that stuff before the game even came out. It was kind of disappointing, but they dug into stuff, they found the images for Pokemon and they just messed and did their hacking thing. But what they found is that there's some interesting placeholders here. For example, Lycanroc ID Form 4 on the Pokemon Global Link, and there's a placeholder. And not many people know this, but if you dig deeper, there's also one for Mimikyu. And of course, this is just buried because this was around November, and now it's been like half a year, But that was there because there's more to come for them in the future. Just these two had these placeholder images. Now put all the pieces together. Aijin was saying there could be new forms. There's a Lycanroc setup. One of the big three, Omori, is gonna be at Pokenchi talking about this. And there's a placeholder for these two specific Pokemon that are just on the Pokemon Global Link site. And those exact two Pokemon that are coincidentally there are right here on the front lines for being in these episodes. So I think it's possible we could get our Dawn Lycanroc and a shirtless Mimikyu, man. A Mimikyu with no Pikachu face. Isn't that crazy? These freaking puzzle pieces all over the world, they fit perfectly together. There's gonna be news within the next 24 hours. In fact, since we're living on the opposite side from Japan, in like 12 hours. Hey, look at this, Korokoro leaked. It's just the cover, but it's Korokoro. Now, this Korokoro is supposed to come out on the 15th of this month. So that means this thing is ahead of our time. So, wow, Serebii has zoomed in on this Korokoro cover right down to this point. Now, from close up, you might be like, is that type no? What the hell is that? But zoom out, and that looks like a Lycanroc, doesn't it? In fact, it kind of looks both like Midday and Midnight Lycanroc. Kind of like some Eclipse Dawn Lycanroc. So, now is the time. After 2 months of blank silence, it's here. The first bit of news is coming. So yeah guys, put all these pieces together and it's so exciting to know that we are actually gonna get Ultra Sun and Moon content. Maybe even gameplay. It's an hour show with like maybe 10 minutes they'll dedicate to Ultra Sun and Moon. But we could even get gameplay. They might even tell us a bit about Ultra Solgaleo and Ultra Lunala and a lot of stuff. So yeah guys, within the next 12 hours, Omori's gonna be on Pokenchi talking about Ultra Sun and Moon. And if you want to know when that is 8 AM JST. Don't worry, that's JST. Oh, you live in Japan? So that's 8 AM for people in Japan, 4 PM Pacific time, and 7 PM Eastern time. That's freaking today. That's a couple hours, and Ultra Sun and Moon is no longer gonna be that boring, hey, did you see that Solgaleo and Lunala artwork? Pretty cool. Wait a minute, dude, it just got confirmed. Shigeru Omori is to showcase the world's first Ultra Sun and Moon news during tomorrow's Pokenchi episode. It's over, and that's today. Check what time it is, 7 PM Eastern time, the stream begins. Omori's gonna sit on the sofa and then some crazy Japanese stuff's gonna happen. You gotta watch it. Don't even watch it for the news. Watch it for the Japanese. Yeah guys, let me know how excited you are for this and what you're hoping for in Ultra Sun and Moon and what you're hoping for in this immediate announcement. Remember that it's gonna be like Omori talking for like 10 minutes, so maybe you think they'll only reveal a bit of information. But remember that usually when stuff like this happens, a trailer comes out officially from Pokemon, all their sites get updated, and there's a new revamp. So even if it is just a bit, it's a big day for Pokemon in general, and everything for sure will be updated for that.